YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
I find him. You know, I like Chick Smooth. Chick Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh yeah, looks like Jim Jones is not going away quietly regarding this issue about Kid Cudi's hit song Day and Night. Now, for many years, Jim Jones has been taking credit for basically giving Kid Cudi his music career. Jim Jones feels like after he remixed Day and Night, that's when Kid Cudi's career officially took off.
Right here, night and what it was, day and night, day and night.
That was one of the,
We mixed that shit. I didn't know that shit.
That's how y'all know Kid Cudi. You wouldn't have never known Kid Cudi if I didn't remix the record in New York City. I made that the biggest record in New York City. It wasn't Kid Cudi. Nobody knew who Kid Cudi was. Kid Cudi became about because he had video directors that I wanted them to do a video, and I asked them show me a video they did before, and they showed me this kid on top of a roof with a record called Day and Night.
Right.
He worked in the store under the label. There's nobody. I was like, oh, yo, did this? I said, I like the record. Get the beat of the record, I want to do a remix. If you give me the beat of the record, I'll let y'all shoot my video. These kids was trying to shoot a video for free for me.
Oh.
Like, I got the beat. I told them they went crazy, you wanted to do it. I got the beat. I just shot the video to the beat, and I never even put the shit out. They put it up on YouTube, they ripped it off of YouTube, and it became the biggest record in New York City. And that's how Kid Cudi became an artist. They ended up giving him a big deal off of Jim Jones' back. If I'm lying, I'm fine.
Now, for many years, Kid Cudi has not said anything negative about Jim Jones. As a matter of fact, he's actually been very positive every time he speaks on Jim Jones remixing his song.
Did you ever talk to Jim Jones after he did the remix? Because that was early me and Syph days, and that really set your off on hot on kind of another level.
When you see somebody be inspired, you know what I'm saying, especially somebody that you grew up listening to.
Yeah.
Used to up listening to, you know, going to the parties, picking up chicks, you know, driving around the blocks in Columbus at the block parties, playing Dipset, you know. So this was the guy I looked up to, and like,
that's dope,
you know, just see that he was so inspired. I mean, I was looking at it recently. I was like, oh, he got the flannel in there. He was trying to look like a little hipster in the video, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, you just definitely getting the vibes, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't never seen Jim Jones in no flannel, hipster Jim.
But yesterday was the final straw. Seeing this interview from Jim Jones made Kid Cudi get up out that dress and get on the camera to address it.
Oh man, so starting my day and you know, I see something online that I have to address, right? So Jim Jones, first off, we love Jim Jones, right? Like I grew up on Jimmy, like he's the homie. I met him when I was coming up. He was cool, right? Jimmy, I'm going to address you directly, my nigga. You talking about how you are responsible for my success is a lie. You need to stop lying to people. You get on your little podcast and you start gossiping and talking shit, and everybody on your podcast don't know the truth. So they're all agreeing with you. But if you look under the comments under that post, you'll see people are letting you know what time it is. You know, this is part one. I got more to say. Day and Night was already a hit record before you touched it, my nigga. I put it on my MySpace. It blew up. Okay? I had an entire mixtape. I was on my way. Motown was courting me. Kanye wanted to sign me. All because of Day and Night, because I put it on my MySpace and it blew up, my nigga. It blew up. I can promise you that Sylvia Rhone did not listen to your remix and say she wanted to sign me. That is not why I have a record deal, bro. Nothing you're talking about is the truth. How do you think I had a music video? I was shooting a music video I was already on. You saw a hit record and jumped on it, my nigga. Like, you didn't make me, man. You didn't make me. So, like, you got to stop telling these tales, my nigga. Like, you got to stop. I want to shout out everybody that's been in the comments letting this nigga know what the truth is, you know. But it's crazy how people just be trying to, like, take credit for my success. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild, you know. Like, and I like Jimmy, man. It kind of breaks my heart to hear him on here trying to take credit for something that he's not a part of. You know what I mean? You jumped on my shit. I didn't ask you to do that. You know, and granted, they played it on Hot 97 every day, and it was a thing on Hot 97 on the radio. But I was an international artist from jump. Like, I had the world, my nigga. Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. But I'm gonna address this now. You know what I'm saying? Like, no more tales, my nigga. You ain't had nothing to do with this. So yeah, man. Just wanted to address that. You know, I just know that, like, niggas is trying to erase history. You know what I mean? Niggas is trying to rewrite history. You know, and I'm alive and well, and I'm around to address it. This Jimmy talking about how he's responsible for my success. This comes up every couple years. He's always talking about it, and I've been ignoring it. And now finally I'm gonna say something. You know, because you're not about to be out here trying to, like, take credit for something that you had nothing to do with. You know, so yeah, just wanted to address that, y'all. Peace and love.
Well, last night, Jim Jones said, all right, cool. Since we're speaking on it, let's actually get to it. Jim Jones responded back to Kid Cudi. He said, yo, if you're not from New York, you wouldn't understand. Now, let me just pause it right there, you guys. This first sentence right here clears up all the miscommunications about this record. I told you guys yesterday, this is a regional thing. Yes, Jim Jones made the record Day and Night hot in New York City and also the tri-state. However, that doesn't mean Day and Night remix was hot, let's say, in Texas, Cali, Virginia, Idaho, Mississippi. But let's continue. I love Cudi also, but when he dropped this, no one ever heard of you. It wasn't played on the radio or any BET, MTV. It wasn't on mixtapes. You wasn't hot in New York streets as the new rapper. I can say that because I remember how I ended up even doing a freestyle to your record at the time, which is still a New York classic to this day. You didn't have a deal yet at all when I did this freestyle. I remember your video was shot by my intern, and the only reason I let him shoot this video was because I asked him to show me what work he's done. He showed me this video they did for you. I told him if he get me that beat, I would let him shoot the video to the freestyle I would do to the beat. This wasn't a feature. Your record never got played on Hot 97 at all. Before that, there was no IG, nothing like that. And in 2008, I was pretty hot outside. So hot that I only did the video, never put out the audio. They ripped the audio from the video on YouTube and played it on Hot 97 as a new Jim Jones record, which ended up on all the countdowns. Naturally, you became hot in the industry, and DJ 8-Tracks, I believe, signed you. Then y'all put the record out naturally, the original version with just you on it, and you on fire. I recall vividly, we can call your ex-manager, which is the same person who was my intern and the video director. But we won't have slander on the truth. Keep me on your Explorer. It's too easy. Then he goes on to say, you should slap yourself for reading this long-ass essay. Y'all fall for anything. Now, Jim also goes to his Instagram story to post, the truth hurts way more than the lies. That's why every time I talk, people get in their feelings. Now, this is basically what Jim Jones has been saying in all his interviews in the past. Me remixing your song helped to shine a different light on your song and your career. Now, there are people saying, yo, Jim, in 2008, you was not that hot, brother. And if we're keeping it a buck, you kind of used this record that you knew was already getting traction to make yourself hot. This is just one of those things where you just gotta agree to disagree. If Jim Jones never remixed that record, it probably would not be getting played on Hot 97, but that's not to say that Kid Cudi's career would not have taken off. You introducing somebody to a whole new fan base doesn't mean that you're responsible for their career. If a song is already moving and it's already hot in the streets, and you remix the song to help push it a little bit faster, that's not necessarily something I would take credit for. Right now, today, the regular Day and Night sits at 261 million views. The remix that Jim Jones did to Day and Night sits at just under 1 million views. So it's kind of hard to try to take credit for this when people are looking at the numbers. But you guys get in the comments below. Do you guys think Jim Jones had a fair point? Like this video? Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later, man.